It looks like a video game, but this is the real deal. That's the beauty of it. This is real basketball, and we haven't seen this in 133 days as the Wizards win the tip.
Wizards, what can you say about them? They're missing 3 of their top players, but they've given the Nuggets some consternation. It might be one of the taller starting lineups that ever has started in the game.
Yes, sir.
Bull lays one in. Bull.
Last saw, I mean, minus maybe 3 more pounds. But I just think he did such a great job leading up to that point of losing 20 pounds over the course of the season.
Well, and a couple days ago, Coach Malone, when they scrimmaged live in practice, Coach Malone was like, okay, look, it's going to be sloppy, it's going to be messy, but the turnover, the turnovers, the rebounding, and the three-point defense were areas that he really wanted them to focus in on.
That's good.
We'll get a little bit of a workout.
Yeah, quick trivia question. I posed this on my radio show. They're with,
outside of Zion, I mean, there were some rookies that had some really good seasons, and he was one of them. I mean, he's a really good player for them. I know that they like his future.
Money.
They're trying to get it.
Harris was hot at the end of the year, and Jokic, he's streaky also. But I think this Nuggets three-point shooting team is a lot better than 35.5% if you get those guys revved up, maybe even higher than that.
Well, to your point there, Marlo, after the All-Star game, it's where the number 1 field goal percentage team, over 50%, number 13 field goal percentage team. So, they were looking to make strides in that area.
Give me some.
Want some shots.
Get out of here. Get that out.
Denver Nuggets Wizards more after this. Convince Malone that he's a guy that should get time, but you look at 3 times the player that his dad was. His dad couldn't shoot like that. Couldn't.
You guys are
That's fast.
He said a few days ago. He said the one thing he's discovered, he's got to get his hands up, and he had his hands up there. As I think that was
Troy Daniels,
the jumper.
But Troy Daniels has gotten some good reviews in camp also. When you talk to Nuggets players and coaches.
In the playoffs last year, they're going to do it again this year. How can he withstand that? Well, extra muscle helps. Experience from last year to know what's coming also helps.
Troy Daniels, Noah Vonleh getting a chance to play a little bit here. He's a very good player when he gets some time.
As the conductor of the Bull hype train, I'm here for this. So I think that's why.
I see.
Yeah!
And that train is full steam ahead, by the way.
And now he's playing point guard.
Yep.
Oh, look at that.
Noah
Vonleh.
Timeout, Washington.
Point guard.
All right, more coming up. Bull to Vonleh. Bull not in the game at the moment. I think the one interesting thing that because the Nuggets are shorthanded, it's kind of been a blessing in disguise as Wagner lays one in.
You know what's interesting? We got
Jokic with it.
What's interesting too about this course is there's so much space on the sideline.
That's good.
On offense and defense.
Nuggets have been stuck on 32 since Hector was a pup.
Oh.
There's a good shot.
Troy Daniels for 3.
Like half court.
Joker playing point guard for most of the day, and Troy Daniels can't handle that pass. Here we go.
It's a little bit of a mixed bag. I mean, I think there's early on, especially offensively. Listen, it was a little rough around the edges. I thought they had some really good possessions and good spacing.
But he will be, as he gains more knowledge of the players in the NBA, on how to go against them and how to block shots, how to stay down, how to get the most.
Well, what once was a double-digit lead for the Nuggets has been whittled down to 3. Wizards have it to 3. Nice pass.
Yes, sir.
Great pass.
Paul Millsap.
Millsap with the flush. That's going to be a key going into those seeding games and into the playoffs. Millsap should be nicely rested.
That's good. Hachimura.
He's kind of going back and
Hachimura with
forth.
the bucket. He's a good player. 77.5%. That's their best free throw shooting percentage. Bull with the block in 30 years. Now
That was
Daniels.
Bull.
And Dan Issel, your impressions of Bull so far?
Well, he's not quite as tall as his dad.
Jeremy Grant for 1.
Our old friend Irv Brown used to always talk about the hips. You got to watch the guys hips, whether they're flexible enough, whether it's football, basketball. He is a lot more flexible. You can see that. Tell you another thing, obviously you're starting the big lineup, which is kind of fun to watch.
A good move inside.
Chris.
I'll
tell you what, put Bobo in the corner.
3-point basket, Hachimura.
In a big man's body, the way he plays. And there really wasn't a defensive presence, a rim protector. And if Bull can do
He was credited with 14 blocks.
Exactly. I played with a great shot blocker.
7'9", which is something you like to talk about, that wingspan, Scotty. But that makes a huge difference.
He don't care about speed or vertical or nothing. All Chris talks about is the length. Now, I will say this, so you coach this league to make this team and everybody gets back, he's got to continue to be a maker. And if so, and I think Dempsey talked about it earlier, that's big.
Major League Baseball starts this weekend and NBA back, and I think the commissioner's done an admirable job getting everything aligned, keep the players safe. I think most of the players feel good about this, and it's great to have basketball back.
It's unusual, although Jokic and Plumlee did that a little bit last year. Now Bowl for 3. Jokic there, and he water poloed it in. It's been kind of an interesting mishmash of good basketball, some sloppy basketball, getting a chance to see some of the Nuggets newcomers. When you see a guy that you haven't seen play much and he sparkles like this, what goes through your mind as a coach? How much weight do you give it? Think anything wrong? Just didn't choose to play him today. Same with Will Barton, as the Nuggets slowly getting a full complement of players available. Katie Wingy, I was told that one of the reasons Jamal Murray, just got this in my earpiece, Jamal Murray was fatigued from his golf outing.
But I like him. Don't finish.
Yeah.
That's why I think he will, even when they get into the seeding games, Chris.
Yeah.
Because, and you know what the next questions asked, Marlo, is coming up? Is when Jamal Murray gets hit.
And you get to kick it into that extra high gear, even in a scrimmage. Especially in the NFL, I always love starting a fight, man, because somebody was going to be open, and I was going to catch them. And if they were upset about it, well, I'm standing right here. You get that mentality when you do these scrimmages.
Streak alive!
So it's not
Streak
all
alive! Streak alive, baby!
Basket.
With the Wizards, how important is just getting the win to him?
I think it's down on his list.
See, and I disagree. And I'm not saying they won't. They probably will. But
So Coach Malone was talking about the potential of using like visual elements to call plays to make it less obvious. I mean, that could mean a whole.
Daniels for 3.
they all know the calls anyway. I've watched them down in the press room like 6 dudes.
An overly explosive offensive team, although they played better on that end after the All-Star break. But I like that matchup against the Nuggets. So, it's a team that's Troy Daniels.
What I want to see.
All right, 35 seconds remaining. The Nuggets look like they have this one in control, and they've done it with a nice run here. Remember, it was tied at 79. 10 straight points, and Gary on the whipped cream, on the ice cream, on the cake.
Highlights when we were doing our meeting or our social media, Nuggets social media day, a Bobo running left wing, catching it in the fast break out in front of people.